I have never seen such a cool wild survival. I live in a luxury wooden house covering an area of dozens of square meters, eating all kinds of food that he hunted himself. If there's a blizzard outside, this shelter also easily withstands cold temperatures. Let every day you live in be as warm as spring. Take advantage of the arrival of the new year in midsummer. Arto goes out into the field with a stack of planks, preparing to build a new home here. The first step is to plan the size. You can tell from the length of this rope that this shelter will be very large. The area is more than 40 square meters. Because it only rained a few days ago, it's still wet underground. It's not hard to get him to dig up, since the new home is large, and it doesn't have to be built underground. So just find some century-old tree stumps nearby. Into the foundation that had just been dug, you get the basic framework of the hut. And before backfilling the soil, naturally wood is carbonized, so the shelter can last longer. And when it's done, he sticks it in. And then Arto brought in boards. Start installing floor beams for the hut. The connection method is naturally iron nails. After more than a year in the wild, his construction techniques have improved a lot. All the joints are tight. I don't know how many curry-chasing drama videos I stayed up late to watch. After completion, you can lay the base plate for the floor beam. The wood has been carefully processed by him. It's as simple as a puzzle, but considering the number of snakes, ants, and mosquitoes in the forest, so he put a layer of barbed wire over the floor to protect against snakes and rats. I can only say that he is very concerned about this new home, and today's lunch is sitting by the campfire. The ingredients are burgers that have just expired. Not only is it simple, and he loved it. After eating and drinking, he wasn't in a hurry to floor the cabin. Instead, he assembles the walls of his new home from the wood he has treated in front of him. The wall frame is now approaching noon. Arto is also hot. Jumped directly into the river to take a bath. The cold river water instantly made him feel much more comfortable after cooling the body. He just started installing the new home frame. No years in the mountains, busy and leisurely, in a regular beating. And pretty soon the wall frame is assembled. Arto can't rest yet. Need to hurry up and lay the roof on the hut, because it rains in the forest when the season changes. He doesn't want his new home to get wet in the rain. It only took an afternoon. Arto built 2 roofs. Looks neat from a distance. And then finally, just waterproof it. He can make do with it for the night. The weather is very nice for a new day. Serious Arto wakes up in the morning and takes measurements before sawing the planks into short lengths. This is great wood to build walls with. Each piece is made by Arto himself. Keep them safe and put them in place. To accelerate progress, today he doesn't eat and has to catch up with the construction period. With his unremitting efforts, I finished 2 sides of the wall in 1 day. I was thinking of making a pot of tea to celebrate, but God doesn't give face. Fortunately, Arto made waterproofing measures for the roof in advance. Can help him resist the ever-changing nature. It rained heavily for a full day. As a result, the temperature dropped a lot the next day, after he got up lazily from the hut. Just started building the last 2 walls. In his spare time, he makes planks. So don't worry about the material at all. Soon, a neat solid wood hut appeared. But this hut still has a companion. That is, it is easy to step on the air when entering and leaving, for your own safety. And he decided to build a terrace in front of it. The material used is still a century-old tree stump. It also requires carbon. After digging the hole for a year and fixing it, it will be connected to the wooden board. He has corner codes installed on all corners. Makes the frame look very sturdy. Now you just lay the planks on it. His new communal area can be increased by half. And with the temperature getting lower and lower now, Arto has to make a cup of tea every day to wake himself up. Today, he's going to install windows in the hut. He also chose to make the window frame himself. This slotting knife was left over from his grandfather. Has been preserved for decades. Very convenient to use. It is also tightly assembled. After the corners are fixed with iron nails, they can be installed in the wall reserved in advance. When installing for the 3rd time, due to some deviation in size, Arto also trimmed the corners. It fits perfectly now. Arto also filled the gap with thermal insulation cotton. In this way, the air conditioner can be effectively isolated in winter. And the walls are no exception. After it is completed, he just moved in with the fireplace his father gave him. Before installation, a layer of fireproof material must be laid below. After all, it was all wood. He also picked a suitable spot on the wall. After the fear of smoke exhaust comes out, install a heat insulation board to prevent burning through the hut. After installing the exhaust pipe outside the house, Otto immediately went nearby to chop a lot of dry wood, light a fire in the fireplace, raise the indoor temperature while also cleaning the industrial oil from the new fireplace. After today's work, Otto uses the apples picked in the afternoon to sugar and boil to make a pot of canned food. After burning, put it in a glass jar and seal it. These homemade canned fruits can effectively replenish the sugar and vitamin C required by the body. That's when this shelter has no door. So he can only simply hang a door curtain. At least it can make the indoor temperature pass a little slower. The next day, the forest was already foggy, indicating that winter would soon come. At this time, Otto is not in a hurry to sit at the door. I thought the windows of the hut were not very pretty. So he measured the window. He sanded the wooden bottle with a leopard and hemmed the window of the shelter. It can only be said that Otto's aesthetic has been repeatedly horizontal bars. Now he couldn't describe as satisfied with the shape of the hut. A day goes by in the blink of an eye. The snow outside the house has replaced the earth with new clothes. He still hasn't made his new home before winter comes. It was so cold that he finally started making doors for the hut. He first spliced the frame of the door with 5 wooden boards, then polished the corners flat and filled them with thermal insulation cotton. I don't know if the cold weather caused the slow efficiency or Otto wanted to be lazy today. It took him a day just to make the door, and during the final installation, due to the large door, so the door frame has to be widened. He also filled the gaps around the thermal insulation cotton, enough to keep out the cold air after Otto installs the gate. This home that Lux built in half a year was built by him with these old hands. It's just that this shelter doesn't have a bed yet. He had to sleep on the floor every day. When I woke up again, it was snowing outside. Although the snow is very heavy, but the heat from the fireplace can still fill the hut because the shape has been built. So he can rest assured to perfect the interior today. When building the interior wall, Otto didn't fill it with insulation. Maybe Russians are naturally resistant to freezing, or maybe Otto wants to fish. The advantage is that the working speed has increased a lot. The downside is that the fire in the fireplace cannot be extinguished. For dinner, he only opened a can and a bowl of food for himself. The pasta's not exactly delicious, but luckily the calories are high enough. After he was full, he sat on the ground and let your brain get more nutrients. The next day, the snow outside had stopped, and there were a lot of planks left from the previous cottage, so that he doesn't have to go to the forest to find firewood. The cold, dry weather makes wood very easy to process. It didn't take long for him to collect a pile full of, this chai looks a lot, but it only burns for a few days. Take advantage of the weather now. He immediately disposed of a pile of stakes to make a bed for the shelter. The melon rind is to make the bed legs more durable. The length of this bed should be 1.8 meters, so the support must be made into strong shoes. Then he started making bed boards. Waiting for the tape measure, it is impossible to roll over this step. The bed is projecting an atmosphere. The snowflakes falling outside forced Otto to work indoors. But there's really nothing to do at night. So he simply installed a few shelves on the wall to store the tools he usually uses. Until the dawn of a new day. He just made the table for the hut, and the table was very simple, but the finished product is not bad at all. Until now, even if Otto's life is on track. But the weather in the wild is cloudy and sunny later, so he went to the trouble of chopping some logs, ready to rebuild a workshop on the side. Missing roots of power tools. It takes an hour to cheat a log, and you also need to draw a line to locate the position after he handles the pile. It's late at night. Of course, the cut garbage Otto will not be wasted. They pile up under the eaves to form wood houses. There is no greenhouse effect in virgin forests. Only firewood is the guarantee of winter. And when it was done, Otto cleared a clearing. The location of the workshop he decided to build here, wood with rope. After the stick plans the range, he started to knock the soil at the place of origin, because the soil below is too soft. To this end, Otto also paid a lot of money to buy steel bars and insert them into the deep hole dug. He watered all the molds. In this way, the quality is enough to withstand the process of waiting for drying with a lot of concrete used in the foundation of the wooden house. And he carbonizes the wood. Precisely insert it in the middle of the corner code below. Just by looking at the columns, you can see how strong they will be when done. And for the frame of the entire workshop, he also chose to use a bamboo chute structure. This makes it stronger and more durable. Arto slotted all the wood together. He's a science student, all the joints are tight, and he treated himself to a steak at lunchtime. It's the Mid-Autumn Festival. The moon overhead is very attractive in both size and brightness. Since the construction of the workshop has not been completed yet, so Otto has to continue. After he set up the staple food, after fixing the secondary grain, and then the neckline. This dull knocking sound also woke up the neighbors who were about to hibernate. And finally, you just put the tiles on. And then a handmade workbench. So even if it's a little bit more or less the same, it will be very convenient to make handmade here later. The next step is to add furniture to the interior. To this end, he also found a wooden stick to peel and cut into small pieces, and then installed it on the original bed frame for upgrade. Just put on the mattress, quilt cover and pillow. Sleep like Simmons. And while the weather is nice, Arto also came into the forest with plastic bottles to search for birch branches, and he was careful enough to use the branches as a tour guide. Start collecting these 501 gin delicacies. The birch is moving fast. Otto just builds firewood. His bottle is already full. To taste this rare delicacy, he also immediately carved a set of tableware. The monotonous wall also has a lot of decorations. He made a lot of them himself. At this point, the interior decoration gradually takes on the appearance of a home. Later, Otto went home to resupply for a while due to food problems. When I came back, the forest was already snowing heavily. Although it has been gone for a long time, but the interior is still neat and dry. And there were no wild animals. Good news for him. The temperature is only 10 degrees today. After a long journey, his body has long been warm. But he lit up Peru first. Make a fire to drive away the moisture in the room. The last piece of equipment is still missing from completion. That's right, that's the storage room. At this temperature, there is no need to worry about food spoilage at all. But in order to prevent being eaten by animals, Arto still extends a new land next to the wooden house. This will not only build one less wall, and in the future, as long as the original wall is moved, enable complete freedom of entry and exit. Thinking of this, he quickened his hand. With the blessing of full-level construction skills, Arto will be made soon. It would be very convenient to store food or tools. So far, even if Otto's log cabin is completely complete, he can finally live the life of his dreams in this snowy fairy tale world.